In the early hours of Tuesday morning, South Africa awoke to a storm of sirens, flashing blue lights, and one of the most unexpected operations in recent political memory. A covert police raid was launched at a residence linked to former President Jacob Zuma, and what officers reportedly uncovered has set off a chain reaction of fear, speculation, and political shockwaves across the nation. Just after 4:18 a.m., a convoy of unmarked vehicles moved through the quiet surroundings of Nkandla. Local residents watched from their windows as dozens of officers equipped with surveillance drones and tactical gear entered the property with a sealed warrant. For years, Nkandla has been the center of controversy, but this morning, it became the focus of one of the most intense investigations South Africa has seen in recent times. Officials remained silent about the purpose of the raid, but what allegedly came next would send ripples through the highest levels of government. Inside the residence, investigators began a systematic search. What started as a routine inspection quickly turned into something far more complex. Deep inside the property, officers reportedly discovered hidden rooms with reinforced walls and specialized locks. Dozens of sealed boxes containing files and handwritten notes. A collection of old cell phones and encrypted data drives stored in protective cases. A basement area protected by a motion sensor and retina scan locking system. Several files labeled only with initials and code names, including one simply titled Project. According to fictional sources close to the operation, some folders appeared to refer to past political disputes, while others mentioned names of influential individuals within the ANC and beyond. Investigators allegedly used scanning devices to copy digital content before sealing the area and moving the evidence to an undisclosed facility. Within hours of the raid, political analysts noticed a sudden shift in the behavior of high-ranking officials. Emergency calls were made, meetings were hastily arranged, and social media began circulating rumors of a political cover-up. While the ANC has not issued an official statement, whispers inside the party suggest growing anxiety. Analysts describe the reaction as controlled panic, with one source suggesting that certain officials fear that the recovered files may contain sensitive information from years of internal conflicts and negotiations. Others believe this incident could lead to a dramatic shake-up in leadership if the contents of the seized documents are ever made public. One fictional analyst remarked that the timing of the raid could not have been more critical. South Africa is facing economic pressure, public dissatisfaction, and rising calls for accountability, and this discovery may fuel greater demands for transparency and justice. By midday, news agencies around the country had gathered at the perimeter of the property. Reporters struggled to get confirmation, but the silence from officials only deepened the mystery. Crowds began forming outside key government buildings, demanding answers. The public response has been divided. Some believe the investigation is long overdue. Others fear it could destabilize the nation. Online hashtags began trending. Citizens are demanding clarity, while opposition parties are calling for a full-scale national inquiry into financial dealings, state contracts, and political decisions made during previous administrations. The investigation continues. Legal experts predict possible court battles ahead, while security analysts warn that more raids may follow. There is growing speculation that other properties across the country could soon be targeted, potentially exposing a wider network of influence and power. For now, the contents of the files remain classified. The officers involved in the operation have been placed under restricted communication protocols, and the evidence has been transferred to a high-security facility for analysis. The ANC has maintained a public silence, but privately, insiders say tension is building faster than ever before. Every hour that passes raises more questions. What information do the documents really contain? Whether this raid becomes a turning point in South African politics or fades into secrecy remains to be seen. But one fact is undeniable: the silence from authorities is only increasing public curiosity and suspicion. South Africa is now waiting. The eyes of the nation are fixed on the evidence seized behind those guarded doors. And a question echoes across the country. Will this be the moment that exposes everything, or the moment everything is buried?